Welcome back to the today's class on advanced switchgear. Today we are going to see about oil circuit breakers. The previous class we have seen about oil circuit breakers and their categories. In the previous class we have not seen about arc control in oil circuit breakers. So this class we will be seeing about arc control in oil circuit breakers. In case of plain brake oil circuit breakers, there is no control over arc other than increase in length caused by moving contacts. So in the previous cases, that as single brake and double brake circuit breakers, there is no control over the arc because the control which is made in the arc is done through increasing the length of the arc caused by the moving of contacts. So actually in oil circuit breakers we need to control the arc. So this topic helps us to study how arc control in oil circuit breakers is achieved. It is necessary and desirable that final arc extinction should occur. So these arc control devices will be helpful to make the arc to get extinguished and it will stop from further restriking of the arc. So arc control is to be provided in breakers and such breakers provided with the arc control are called arc controlled circuit breakers. So such breakers which are designed with arc control devices are known as arc controlled circuit breakers. There are mainly two types in arc controlled circuit breakers. The first type is self blast or self generated pressure oil circuit breaker. So the pressure which is generated by the circuit breaker itself or the pressure which is generated by the arc is used to extinguish the arc. This type of circuit breaker is known as self blast or self generated pressure oil circuit breakers. The second type is externally generated pressure or force blast or impulse oil circuit breakers. So the second type is the pressure which is generated in the circuit breaker is done externally or using a force or using a compressed air. So this type of circuit breaker is known as impulse oil circuit breakers. First we will be seeing about self blast or self generated pressure oil circuit breakers. In such breakers, use of pressure generated by arc itself is made in speeding up movement of oil into contact space immediately after current zero. So the pressure is generated in the oil with the help of movement of contact in the oil. So after the current zero position, after the arc is going to be extinguished, in this time the pressure will be generated in the pot so that the pressure will extinguish the arc. This high pressure generated by arc causes an immediate displacement of oil into the surface between contact after current zero. So the high pressure which is created by the arc helps us to displace the oil and also the contacts so that at current zero position the pressure is generated inside the pot. This is achieved by surrounding the contacts by a pressure chamber or a pot. So if you see this figure, you can see the fixed contact at the top position and moving contacts at the bottom position, and these two contacts are surrounded by a pressure chamber known as pot. So this pot helps us to maintain the pressure which is present in the arc and helps us to extinguish the arc. Circuit breakers have the following advantage. So, self-braced or self-generated pressure oil circuit breakers have following advantages. 1. Pressure chamber is relatively cheap to make. Second one, the length of critical gap is reduced. And the third one, arcing time is reduced. The fourth one, braking capacity of circuit breaker is increased. So while using the pressure which is generated by the arc to extinguish the arc, we are having four advantages. The four advantages are the pressure in the chamber which helps us to extinguish the arc. So this pressure is generated by the arc itself. So the pressure is cheap. So it is reused. At the same time, the length of the critical gap is reduced. So in some circuit breakers, the movement of the moving coil is for a long distance. So by using this pressure which is generated in the arc to extinguish the arc, the length of the critical gap is reduced. On the same time, arcing time is reduced, as well as the braking capacity of the circuit breaker is also increased. This leads to manufacturing of variety of parts or pressure chamber. Design of chamber or part should be such that the pressure developed is sufficient to quench arc even at low values of current. Pot is rigid cylindrical of insulating material enclosing fixed and moving contacts, closed at top but with a restricted opening called a throat at the bottom. So on seeing this figure, you can see the pot is surrounded by a insulating material, or this insulating material is in the form of cylindrical shape, and at the top of the cylindrical shape insulating material, the pot is closed, that is the fixed contact is inserted and it is sealed over here. Similarly, at the bottom end you can see the moving contact has a passing through it, so the moving contact can come into the pot and touches the fixed contact, so this portion is known as throat. Moving contact is a cylindrical rod passing through throat. On occurrence of fault, contact gets separated and arc is struck between them. So when there is a short circuit fault, at once the moving contact can be moved downwards to disconnect the circuit. So this moving contact is a cylindrical rod and it will be passing through the throat of the chamber. Now oil is decomposed by heat of arc and forms into gas at a very high pressure in part. So when a short circuit current occurs, at once the arc which is formed inside the part will decompose the oil present inside the part. So due to this very high temperature, a very high pressure will be created in the pot. This high pressure causes oil and gas through and around the arc to extinguish it. So the high pressure which is liberated by the arc in the pot is used to extinguish the arc. Since the high pressure which is surrounded by the pot is captured inside the pot, so this high pressure will be reflected back into the arc so that the arc will be extinguished at a easier rate. If arc is not extinguished while moving contact is still within pot, it happens just after moving contact leaves pot due to axial high velocity blast released through the pot. So if we consider when the moving contact is present in the pot and the arc is not extinguished still, and the second case, if the moving contact moves out of the pot, at once Due to this very high pressure inside it and the low pressure outside the part causes the oil in the high pressure area to come through the small throat of the pot. So this will axially blow out the arc. Plain explosion pot performs axial extinction of arc, sometimes called axial extinction pot, since the arc which is formed between the fixed and moving contacts are extinguished due to the flow of oil in the axial direction. So this axial extinguishing of arc take place in plain explosion pot. So it is otherwise known as axial extinction pot. Device has effect of controlling nature of turbulence to a certain extent by giving a certain degree of consistency. Since the pressure chamber or pot has a natural turbulence control device, so this will increase the degree of consistency in a circuit breaker. This type of pot cannot be used either for very low or for very large currents. Due to low fault currents, pressure developed is small, so increase in arcing time. So when a fault current developed is very low and the circuit breaker is tripping, so the pressure which is created in the pot is very low. So this low pressure which is created cannot extinguish the arc, so it will increase the arcing time till the moving contact reaches the bottom position and the lengthening of the arc is made. In large fault current, gas produced is rapidly, so explosion pot may burst due to high pressure. In case of very large short circuit current is being interrupted, then the pressure which is developed in the pot is very high and this very high pressure will burst the pot. The braking capacity of circuit breaker is limited. So plain explosion pot can be used only for limited voltage ratings and medium voltage ratings. The next type is cross jet explosion pot. This type of pot is just a modification of plain explosion pot and it is illustrated in the figure. It is made up of insulating material and has channels on one side which act as arc splitters. In this figure you can see the cross jet explosion pot has a metal outer casing of insulating material. In the insulating material we are having the moving contact at the bottom and the fixed contact at the top. So when the moving contact moves downwards, the arc will be struck between the fixed and the moving contact as shown in the figure. At the bottom end, we will be having arc splitter plates and some oil vents to make the flow of oil into the pot. Arc splitters provide an increased arc length corresponding to given amount of contact travel and also to provide cutting edges across which arc is attenuated, weakened and finally interrupted. So this moving contact helps us to interrupt the arc in the form of the arc splitter plates. If the arc is struck between the fixed and moving contact, at once the moving contact goes on to the downwards position, so the arc is lengthened. After this position, the arc will enter into the arc splitter plates. In the arc splitter plates, due to cutting edges, the arc is attenuated, weakened and it is finally interrupted. Oil movement is checked by pressure of arc itself until a current zero position. So when arc occurs, high degree of carbonization will be occurring in the oil. So to remove this carbonized oil, a oil vent is present so that the fresh oil can move into the pressure chamber or pot. When contact of pot are ejected across the arc path, so this fresh oil will enter into the pot when the moving contact is ejected, and this moving contact ensures that the new oil is entering into the pot. Pot is called cross jet explosion pot because it performs cross or transverse extinction of arc. In the previous case, we have seen axial extinction of arc, but in cross jet explosion pot, the arc is extinguished with the help of oil in a right angle direction. So this is known as cross jet explosion pot. On occurrence of fault, breaker moving contact begins to separate, and separation of contact arc is initially struck in top of the part. So, during a short circuit fault, at once the arc is struck at the top position of the part. The gas generated by arc exerts pressure on oil in the back passage. So, at this time, when the contact is separating, the arc generated exerts pressure in the back passage of the pot. When moving contacts uncovers arc splitter ducts, fresh dielectric oil is forced across the arc path. So, when the moving contacts comes downwards, at once the oil will flow into the pot, which is happen automatically due to the pressure created by the arc in the back passage. Arc is then driven in sideway into arc splitters, which increases arc length, causing arc extinction. So this increase in pressure and increase in newer volume content of oil helps to push the arc towards the arc splitter plates. So the lengthening of arc will take place and cooling of arc will also take place, so the arc is extinguished. The performance of cross jet explosion part is very good when heavy fault currents are to be interrupted. In low fault currents, gas pressure is small, consequently pot does not operate satisfactorily. So this cross jet explosion pot can be used only for higher fault currents, and for lower fault currents the pot will not operate satisfactorily. The oil circuit breaker is suitable for interrupting heavy currents at high voltages of rating 66,000 volt or 66 kilovolt. So, cross-jet explosion pot can be used only to interrupt heavy arc current or heavy short circuit current at a higher voltage rating of 66 kV. Self-compensated explosion pot. This is the next type of pot, pressure chamber. It is the combination of cross jet explosion pot and plain explosion pot, and it operates quite satisfactory both for heavy current as well as low currents. Pot consists of two chambers, the upper being a cross-jet explosion part with two lateral orifices, while lower is a plain explosion part. So, the self-compensated explosion part consists of two parts, which is the cross jet explosion part and a plain explosion part. So the design of self-compensated part consists of merging of two previously seen parts. The figure is shown in the shown here. The pot consists of a metal casing in which the fixed contact is placed at the top, whereas the moving contact at the bottom, and the lateral orifices are at the center of the pot. So at the top of the pot, the cross jet explosion pot principle will occur, and at the lower end of the pot plain explosion pot principle will occur. When a short circuit current is low, the rate of generation of gas is also quite low, and pressure builds up and moving contact has time to reach bottom chamber, and there is only a small pressure leakage through lateral jet. So at a short circuit current with a lower voltage rating, so this short circuit current will act at the top of position, and the pot will act as a lateral jet pot or a cross explosion pot. So this pressure will help the lateral orifices to inject the oil and also to extinguish the arc. The movement of oil to arc is obstructed by right angles, bends, and also by presence of arc. So this right angle bend will obstruct the oil. So this obstruction will causes a high pressure of oil flow across the arc in right angle direction. In this case, when arc is formed like this, then the oil will be flowing in the right angle to the arc. So this will interrupt the arc immediately. The arc is quenched by plain explosion pot action. So at a short circuit current fault, the arc will be quenched by the plain explosion pot. Short circuit current is heavy, then rate of generation of gas is very high, and device operates as a cross explosion pot. Arc extinguishers when first or second lateral orifices is uncovered by moving contact. So in the second case, the cross explosion jet pot will operate when the arc current is very high. So when the arc current is struck between the fixed and the moving contact, if the arc current is high, then the pressure created will also be high. So due to this high pressure, the cross jet explosion principle will apply in the self-compensated explosion part. Hence, arc is being self-compensated for low as well as high value of short circuit current. Due to the combination designs of cross jet explosion part as well as plain explosion part, this hybrid part will operate for both high as well as low short circuit current as a self-compensated explosion part. The second part is a oil blast explosion part. This is an axial extinction and double break part. It consists of two compartments, upper fixed contact and a low hollow moving contact, which are in contact under pressure. So this figure explains the two compartments. One is the upper portion and the other one is the down portion. Pot has two chambers, upper and lower, and they are connected through holes when circuit breaker is closed. So you can see the holes present in the two portions of the chamber, and these holes will helps to movement of oil from one chamber to another chamber. On occurrence of fault, instead of one lower contact move downwards together and an arc struck between top fixed and intermediate moving contact. So when a short circuit current is occur, at once the arc will be struck between the fixed contact and the intermediate contact. In this position, the second and the third contact, that is the intermediate contact and the hollow moving contact, will be touching together, and at this time only the fixed contact and the intermediate contact will be separated. Arc pressure is developed in upper tank, and there is no relief from this pressure until intermediate contact reaches its bottom position. So when a very high pressure is developed across the upper chamber, the second, that is the intermediate contact, now it will move towards the downward position. Till the intermediate contact move to the downward position, the pressure created remains inside the chamber 1 itself. So this high pressure which is created by the arc remains in the chamber 1 itself. So this high pressure will helps to interrupt the arc in the chamber 1. After maximum travel, now lower moving contact detaches from intermediate contact. So when the high pressure is created, the intermediate contact will slowly move down and it will detach from the fixed contact, and the second moving will be made through hollow moving contact. So in this case, the first and second contact will disconnect, and the second and third contact will disconnect later. Pressure developed by arc subside by movement of oil through lower moving contact which is hollow. So the arc which is created will be extinguished between the first and the second moving contact itself. So the oil which is carbonized in the chamber need to be removed. So this oil can be removed with the help of holes present over here, and the newer oil which will flow through the hollow moving contact and enter into the chamber 2 and passes to the chamber 1. When arc current goes to 0, the oil is forced through the arc and it gets extinguished. When the arc current becomes 0, the oil will be forced into the arc, so the arc will be extinguished easily. Long arcing time is the only drawback of this type of oil circuit breaker. These types of circuit breakers can able to interrupt low currents as well as high currents, but the main drawback is that since there are two contacts which are separated in two break positions, the arc has a long arcing time. Forced blast or impulse type circuit breaker. Self blast oil circuit breakers arc generates pressure required to force oil across the arc path. Major drawback of breaker is that arcing time tend to be long and inconsistent with fault current considerably less than rated currents. Since the above seen circuit breaker has a very long arcing time, this drawback need to be rectified because inconsistency in arcing time creates very high pressure inside the chamber, so this high pressure may tends to break the part. The high pressure is due to generation of reduced gases at low values of fault current. So this drawbacks should be eliminated. This problem can be overcome in force blast oil circuit breakers. Necessary pressure developed by external means is independent of magnitude of fault current to be interrupted. So in the force blast circuit breaker, with the help of external means, with the help of a piston, the pressure is inserted in the oil with the help of a piston arrangement. Oil pressure created by arc is created mechanically with the help of a piston cylinder arrangement. On seeing this figure, you can see there is a piston over here, and this piston will helps to increase the oil pressure inside the part. Oil pressure created by arc is created mechanically by piston cylinder arrangement as shown in the figure. Movement of piston is mechanically coupled to moving contact, so automatically oil pressure is generated and high speed interruption is attained. Since the pressure is created by the arc as well as with the help of a piston cylinder, the force which is occurring inside the chamber is very high, and so the arc will be interrupted within a shorter period of time. Performance of such breaker at a low current is more consistent than with self-blast type, since oil pressure developed is independent of fault current to be broken. So this type of circuit breakers has a consistent of type, and it can break the fault current of any range. Main advantage is that possibility of current chopping can be avoided with the help of resistance switching. So in forced blast circuit breakers or impulse type circuit breakers, we can use the resistance switching, and we can stop current chopping. Single and multi-break construction. Circuit breaker may comprise single pair of contact or number of pairs in series operating simultaneously. Single break is the simplest arrangement. A single break is generally desirable by an economical limit of rating, which is usually about 66 kV and ratings of 1000 MVA. So if we have a single break circuit breaker, then the contact will be separated by a single turn. So only a fixed and a moving contact is present, and the contact will be separated, so a single arc will be formed. So this type of circuit breaker has an economical limit of rating. So the maximum voltage rating and the power rating for this type of single break construction is 66 kV and 1000 MVA. Multi-break construction has following advantages over single break constructions. Transient restriking voltage is divided over number of breaks, so only fraction appears across each. Each break can be separated, tested at voltage lower than that of breakers as a whole. So each break can be separately tested and the breaker can be easily designed. On the same time, the transient restriking voltage is divided into a number of breaks so that the fraction of the voltage will appear across each breaking. Effective speed of arc length is increased in proportion to the number of breaks. In case of single break circuit breaker, only a single moving contact is present, and so the length of breaking cannot be increased. In this case of multi-break, several contacts are there, so the lengthening will be more than the single break contacts. The main difficulty with multi-break circuit breaker is to ensure that there is a restriking voltage distributes itself evenly across each breaks. So this type of multi-break circuit breakers has a limitation that the restriking voltage should distribute itself evenly across each breaks. So this should be monitored in a multi-break construction. Main reason for uneven voltage distribution is presence of capacitance between line and grounded parts of circuit breaker. So if there is a uneven distribution of capacitances between the line and ground, then the restriking voltage will not distribute evenly. So this difficulty when distribution of restriking voltage is uneven has to be cleared. Multi-break circuit breakers have been installed where rupturing capacity is high and very high speed operation are called for. So these types of breakers are used in where the short circuit current has a very high rupturing capacity and a very high speed of operating time is required. Multi-break circuit breakers is used is based on utilized design principle. One unit consists of a vertical support insulator surrounded by single or pair of interrupting units in Y formation. So the multi-break circuit breakers will be having a Y formation, and the principal design of each unit depends on the vertical support of the insulator, which is decided by the poles pairs of the circuit breaker. Units are connected in series if requirements of networks for different voltages and different rupturing capacities are needed. So these multi-break circuit breakers can be used to interrupt different fault current ratings. So to increase or decrease the rating of a multi-break construction, we can connect these circuit breakers in series so that we can address different voltage ratings and different rupturing capacities. Thank you.